Yes, indeed. Good morning, y'all. Good morning. Yeah, it's a female Friday. It's also a for real Friday because, according to the T on the street, is that Forever First and Mr. Barack is having some issues. Now, we know that the feminine energy is extremely powerful at the moment, which is why the male energy is trying to suppress her right now by doing anything he can. He's in desperation, pulling out all the stops right now. Now, I saw where Mr. President Obama attended a few events without Michelle. She didn't attend any. She stood on business. I salute Michelle for that. I salute Michelle Obama for that. For standing on her business and saying, nope, I'm not going to support this time. Because this right here go against my morals. I don't support, bro. I don't support Mr. Orange. You understand what I'm saying? The election was unfair. The things that he's doing right now, I don't support. And she stood on business and did not show up to none of it. She didn't want no part of it. She didn't even come to Jimmy Carter's funeral. That's how bad. This is how bad this was. Now, I gotta say this, y'all. I gotta say this. Now, we always want to talk about the black family staying together, the black family this, black family that, right? Now, this is allegedly, because I don't know if they separating or not. I don't know if they divorcing or not. But what I do know is this, is that we all know that men and women are built differently biologically. We know this shit. From the way we look, from the way we act, even the way our brains are set up. There are certain things that women do not stand behind or going to support, especially women as indignant, as dignified as Michelle Obama, right? We know this. You're talking about a woman that went to law school, right? She went to law school. She's a prominent female in American history, right? So this lady knows her standards. She understands what she stands for, which a lot of women do, right? A lot of us do. A lot of us know who we are. We know what we want. We're not going to tolerate. And it's just certain shit that's going to be a no, right? On the checklist, it's a no. All the way around the board. And we're going to stand on that, right? So, again, going back to talking about keeping the black family together. What about when the morals don't add up with each other? What about that? What about when you've been with this person a long time, right? And it just gets to a head where, hey, you're going to have to respect the fact that I don't respect this. I'm not going to support this. You know, you might support it. You might stand in the gap with it. And I kind of understand Barack's position. And I got to say that because he is a former U.S. president, right? So how would it look for him not to show up to these events? I got to say that, right? So I think he was put in a precarious predicament. If he didn't show up, then he'll look like, hey man, how can you be the 44th president of the U.S. and not show up to the events that's going on? The presidential events, you're a whole ex-president and you don't show up, but your wife on the other end is pulling at you saying, I ain't going to that. You could choose to go, but I ain't going. See, we gotta look at that, y'all, because this shit happens all the time. And it ain't about presidency, it's about just in general. How many times if you married, that your husband goes somewhere that you don't support, but then he get back, right, from this event by himself that he went to. Now, some women don't understand it. Some women support what else. Some women, hey, man, stand by your man, right? But there are some women that will hold that shit against you. Do you hold it against your wife or your husband if they go somewhere that you don't support? Would this tear your family apart? This is interesting, because we all know the Obamas to be a solid couple together. Everywhere they go, they together just about. Only time I really didn't see her with him too much is when she went on tour for her book. When she was doing her book. I think that was a year ago. I can't remember. 2 years ago. When Michelle did her tour. This is serious, y'all. So this is alleged. Then they were talking about it was some text messages found in Barack's phone, allegedly. I don't know. I'm just telling y'all the tea on what I see and what I heard, right? So, I don't know, y'all. We'll see. Again, the image of the Obamas is great. The image. But if you get down to the gristle, and I'm talking about the gristle, and anybody from the South know what the gristle means. The gristle is in the chicken, like within that bone piece. Before you get to swallow a piece of that chicken bone, the gristle. See, that's the real serious part of that chicken. So if you get down to the gristle of what's really going on, we'll see. Can you stay with somebody that supports something that you don't? Can you stay with them and be happily married? Question of the day. Anyway, it's a For Real Friday, man. And hey, on my end, if we ain't on the same page, we ain't doing nothing. You did.